Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the start of the video. Decided to have a little bit of a slow morning. I had some coffee. I just bought a new Chemex pour over coffee maker, which something I'm trying. I had like a mocha pot, which you could make the coffee on the stove, but that thing is tiny. It only makes like a quarter of a cup after all that work and all that time. So decided to get a pour over machine, which is kind of interesting considering, if you don't know, I worked at Starbucks for 3 years and we used to hate people who order pour overs. Like, we hated it because it took so much extra time and it was just annoying. Like, it stopped the flow, kind of stopped the service flow a little bit. So anyone who had ordered decaf, we had to do a pour over because not many people order decaf, because who does that? And anyone who purposely ordered a pour over, we could not stand. So that is one of my core memories from working at Starbucks. So it is interesting that now I'm doing pour over coffee, but I am just trying out something new. I'm drinking coffee a little bit more. Y'all know I'm a tea girly, but tea does not give me the caffeine that I need sometimes to make it through. Okay. But anywho, with that being said, I'm at y'all's favorite place in the whole entire world, Trader Joe's, and that is because I'm going to get some affordable food for my meal prep. I'm going to get some meat. I'm going to get a couple little things. And in today's video, I wanted to take you through how I stay healthy and fit as a flight attendant. It's kind of a challenge, as you would imagine. It's really hard to balance self-care and eating right when you're constantly on the road, but I want to show you guys how I manage to do that, how I do my very, very best, and that starts with meal prep. Y'all know I'm a meal prep queen. So let's go into y'all's favorite place and get some food. Alright, I just got back from y'all's favorite store, Trader Joe's, and I want to show you guys what I got. Just a little tiny mini grocery haul, just to show you some staples of what I normally get. I meal prep almost all my meals when I'm on the road because it's just healthier and you save money too. So it's a win-win. I would spend so much of my per diem, so much of the money that I'm earning if I chose to eat out, even half my meals while I'm on the road. That's what a lot of people do. I've been meal prepping pretty much since I first started. It's evolved. The meals have gotten healthier and better. I used to bring like hot dogs and just crazy stuff like that, but I've meal prepped as a line holder, which is what I am now. I have meal prepped as a reserved. I have meal prepped as a commuter. I have meal prepped as a commuting reserve. There's always a way to do it if you're really committed to it, and this is, I think, one of the most important things you could do as a flight attendant, as anyone who has a job working on the road. If at all possible, try to meal prep. So these are some of my staples. This isn't everything I get. Sometimes I switch up the meals, but I got some chicken. These are chicken thighs because you know we like that dark meat, you know what I'm saying? And we got 2 packets of chicken wings. So I try to get stuff that I actually like. This is not the time to try to eat dry chicken breasts and rice and just things that you don't like. The most important thing is to buy meals that you actually like to eat. That way you actually eat them and you don't waste them, because it's really tempting to, you have food, but you're surrounded by food in the airport, fast food, there's food at the hotel, there's food in the towns that you're visiting. So if you don't like the food that you pack, trust me, you're not gonna eat it. So chicken is something I buy a lot. I don't prepare every single meal by hand. I do pack some convenience meals. This is clam chowder from Trader Joe's. I really like this because I like clam chowder. The ingredients are really, really good in this, surprisingly. So I had got 2 of these. I'm thinking about not just this trip that I have tomorrow, but the days ahead, because I'm actually on a 5-day block right now, possibly 6. So I'm working for the next 5 days in a row. So I'm actually gonna take you guys with me for the next 5 days. So we got chicken, we got some clam chowder, I got some turkey meat. This is something I normally use for like spaghetti, or I'll make turkey burgers. This is probably gonna be a dinner at some point, so probably not for this trip. And y'all, I worked so hard last month. I got a couple ribeyes, I'm not gonna lie. I have never in my life bought a ribeye, but I've been craving steak for the last 3 months. So I decided, you know what? I worked my butt off last month. I'm gonna get some ribeye. So I got 2, obviously, one for me and one for my fiance. So this will probably be a little date night situation. And I will say this, I know I'm doing good when I can buy smoked salmon. There was like a 6-month period this year where I could not afford smoked salmon. I couldn't afford avocados. Like, I couldn't get anything outside of the bare minimum. So your girl's eating. She's doing all right this month. I'm doing good. So I did treat myself to some smoked salmon. I like to have like a smoked salmon bagel every now and then. So Yeah, that's not meal prep. That's home, enjoy my life prep. This is something I like to take on the road. These are the best plantain chips in the world. They are clean ingredients. This is the best flavor. I like the sea salt ones, but I really like the avocado lime ones. So these are really, really good. Banana, you see the package. I got some sourdough bread. I'm gonna use this to make some sandwiches to take with me. I usually make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they're really easy. They don't spoil, and that's the name of the game. I want things that aren't gonna spoil, that don't take up a lot of room, and are easy to pack. So we got sourdough bread and burritos. These are really easy to pack. Ingredients are clean. Amy's cheddar cheese burritos. So I do get these if you're a vegetarian. These are really good. I got some coffee. I do already have some coffee, but I wanted to try this one. Is the camera gonna focus? I wanted to try this one because it's on sale. Nicaragua whole bean medium roast coffee. Of course, organic. You already know how I do over here. I don't know if organic is a scam. It could be, but I'm gonna take that chance. I also got some more instant coffee. One of y'all sent me instant coffee like a couple years ago, and that lasted for such a long time. So I got some more. I ran out. We got some Cafe Altura instant coffee. This was also on sale. I try to just get stuff on sale as much as I can. So I'll let y'all know how this is. But instant coffee, because your girl is tired of spending. Is something in my way? What is this? Oh, I got some more Elizabeth's granola. Got some more of this. This is the best granola in the world, and this was also on sale. I always get this when it's on sale because it is like $9 a bag sometimes, and today was $5.99. So anyways, I try to only get coffee when I get gift cards, and that's when I will normally get Starbucks. I won't normally spend my own money on it, but last month I had so many brutal trips that I ended up spending probably like $30 last month just on like Starbucks coffee. So I'm not about that life. I will show y'all how I make coffee on the road and save money and don't keep buying a bunch of Starbucks coffee. But tea does not give me the caffeine kick and the fire under my butt that I need to make it through some of these long 13+ hour days. So I've been experimenting just recently, like in the last week or two, was drinking coffee a couple times a week, and especially when I'm working. So we're gonna test out some new coffee. I will show it to you guys in the video, but I did order some coffee on Amazon. I also got some bone broth. This is not meal prep, but I've been drinking bone broth lately. It's really good for your bones, for your skin. It's a good thing to incorporate into your diet. I've been trying to drink more bone broth, been trying to eat more fermented foods like kimchi and Greek yogurt, things like that, just to keep my, the gut health good, keep my body good. I'd like to think about my health on and off the road. So that's about it. Everything else I got has no relevance to what I eat on the road. It's just stuff that I eat at home, bagels. Y'all, I'm balling. I even got some bacon. I haven't been able to get bacon in like a month or two. So yeah, we are eating good. God is good, blessed and highly favored. I even got some eggnog. Leave a comment if you like eggnog. I love eggnog, and it has really clean ingredients. I can't wait to try this. I don't know if I'll try it in this video. I might. Maybe I'll try it at the end of the video, but this is my favorite almond milk because it has real ingredients. It's just water, sea salt, and almonds. So I'm excited to see if their eggnog is good. I love, love, love eggnog. So that's all I got. I'm gonna put all this stuff in the fridge. Today, is the camera focused? Today's main objective is to work on some content, work out, and meal prep. Today, I'm getting ready to go to work. I just got back from a trip yesterday, and it's already time to go back again. So that's the grocery haul. I'm gonna go drink some water and go work on some content and then get on with the rest of my day. All right, updates. It is many hours later, and it took me a little longer to edit some content than I thought it would. So I basically spent the rest of the night wrapping things up. I meal prepped a little bit. I ended up not having to meal prep as much as I thought I would because I actually meal prepped a few days ago in anticipation for this, because I only had today off. I actually had a trip yesterday, had today off, and now I'm on for another 5 block of days that I'm working. So I meal prepped enough to get me through this next 2-day trip. I made some brown rice and I boiled it in vegetable stock, the old school way. Always boil your rice in either vegetable stock or chicken stock. It'll taste so much better and so much more flavorful than if you just boil it in rice or put it in the rice cooker with rice. Y'all, I haven't had a rice cooker in so long. I need one, high key, but I've been cooking rice the old school way for like almost 3 years. But I'll show you a little bit of what I got, and I'll show you more as the video goes on. But as far as this 2-day trip is concerned, I have some chicken and rice. I have a yogurt bowl that I'm bringing, as well as 1 clam chowder and just some more fruit, vegetables, and some leftover pizza. and some other snacks and stuff in my bag, but that's pretty much what I got prepared for this 2-day trip. What else? Clean the kitchen, pack my bag. I'm pretty much ready. Oh, I also made sure I did my workout. I squeezed in a 20-minute dumbbell workout just to follow along video, and I also worked out my hip flexors for 10 minutes. It's really important to work out your hip flexors because while we are standing up and on our feet a lot, we're also sitting quite a bit, waiting on delays and sitting around the airport in between flights. So we stand a lot, walk a lot, and we sit a lot with this job, and that can cause your hip flexors to be weak, your glutes to be weak. And so I'm always making sure that I am doing exercises to strengthen my hip flexors because I do like to run and do physical activity outside of work, so I want to make sure my hip flexors are strong, and it's just important anyways. It'll help you with back pain, to have strong hips, strong glutes. So I always try to work out my hip flexors at least 3 times a week. So quick and dirty, just 20 minutes. So now it is almost 9:30 and I need to go to bed because my check-in is at hopefully 8:30, hopefully not 7:30. I'm gonna check again, but I think it's at 8:30. But yeah, I want to go to bed, want to get plenty of sleep. I have 3 legs tomorrow, so it's always a long day when you have 3 legs. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. My alarm just went off, letting me know that I have about 30 minutes left to leave the house. It's 7 a.m. and I got up and I just did a core workout. It's something I try to do every morning unless it's like 4 a.m. check-in. This check-in is 8:48. So I had a little bit of time this morning. In that case, I would try to wake up about 2 hours before my check-in to be able to just take the morning slow, do my core workout, do just some sort of workout for anywhere from 5 minutes, if that's all the time I have for, to up to 20 or 30 minutes if I'm doing a really good job that morning. But like I said, on days when I have like a 4 a.m., 5 a.m. check-in, I just try to sleep until the last minute and I get up and go to work. So yeah, we're doing good this morning. I just ate my breakfast. I had a bagel with some cream cheese and an egg, and I'm gonna probably eat an apple on the way to work. And yeah, I'm getting my tea ready. No coffee this morning. I don't really feel like fiddling with the coffee beans and stuff, but I just made myself some tea, black tea with honey, so I'll start sipping this on the way to work. Right now I'm going to pack up my lunch bag. Gonna pack the Yeti up real good with all my meal prep food, close my suitcase, and get on my way to work. So I will see you guys in a bit. Let's go to work. Let's have a good day. Alright, welcome to day 1 of 5. I am at the airport. As you can see, I got my tea here and my hands are ashy. It's cold outside. I use moisturizer on my face, but my face is still a little bit dry. So fall is upon us, winter is upon us. It was 49 degrees when I got to the airport today, so I got my coat on. This is the first time I've worn my coat since last winter. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have 3 legs. It's scheduled to be a duty day of about 12 hours, so we got a long day ahead of us. I have 3 flights today. I'm doing a San Diego turn, so I'm doing Denver, San Diego, back to Denver, and then we're going from Denver to Connecticut. So some decent flights today. I am the lead. That's the position I normally work. And if they got me in a different position, I try to switch to the lead position. That's just my favorite position. So that's what we got going on today. I've got a few minutes before I have to get to my gate, but I'm gonna go on and head over there. I think we're on in 737 for the turn. So I'll let you know, but let's do this. Good morning, friends. We are 1 flight down. We have just under an hour until our next flight, but we're on the same plane, so I'm just sitting on the aircraft. I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm gonna start with the leftover pizza, and then I'll probably have nothing on this flight, and then I'll probably have my dinner on the next flight, which was chicken, rice, and broccoli. So just gonna eat some food, the fun meal first, and enjoy this break, decompress. We are in San Diego, and first flight went pretty well. I have a great crew, so even though it's going to be a long day, it's gonna continue to be a good day. Right, quick update. I'm in Denver again. We did our San Diego turn and we're just waiting for the aircraft to deplane. It's a little bit late, so we're gonna be a little bit late, but hopefully we can get out of here and still make it up the time in the air. I will see y'all when we get to Hartford, Connecticut. It's gonna be about a 4-hour flight and it's raining. Wish me luck. We went from good morning to good evening. It is about 1:30 in the morning. Got to my hotel about an hour ago, just did my little night routine. And this, my friends, is the absolute last thing that I want to be doing right now. But I need to do it. I know it'll pay off in the end, as they say. So I'm just gonna take the time for 5 to 10 minutes to just get in a good stretch after that long day on the plane. Kind of recently that I've been making sure that I do, since I messed up my foot especially, is taking the time to stretch at night after being on the plane. It's honestly essential. I've been on my feet all day. I've been sitting on a concrete jump seat all day. Your girl needs to stretch it out. This, my friends, is where I go to next. But first, for my OGs, let's do the room tour really, really, really quick. Closet, bathroom, nothing special. Shower. Here's the room, suitcase. I do have a fridge, and yes, it is indeed cold. I have the rest of my meal prep food in here. I've got my yogurt bowl for tomorrow, fruit. What is this? Oh, that's some coffee creamer because I'm bougie. My clam chowder and some sourdough bread. That's all I have left, y'all. I ate everything else. This is the rest of my stuff. Should probably put it all together so I don't forget anything. Looks like that. Work phone charging. Let's see what the view is today. And ladies and gentlemen, let me turn the light off so y'all believe me. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you another parking lot. I'm telling y'all, this is the view 99% of the time. All right, y'all, so quick recap of the day. We did Denver to San Diego to Denver, Denver to Hartford, Connecticut. So 3 legs, 2-hour flight, 2-hour flight, 3.5, almost 4-hour flight. So I've been in the air for 7 hours today. Or have I been in the air for over 7 hours? 4 plus. Oh, I've been in the air for almost 8 hours today, like 7.5 hours today. Just in the air. Duty day total was about 12 hours. I woke up at 5:45 a.m. Denver time, and it is about 11:40 p.m. Denver time. So I've been up for a long periodically time and I'm tired. On the last flight, the last time I updated you, Denver to Hartford, flight went pretty good. I have a really great crew, so I'm really happy. I've actually worked with 2 of the flight attendants before. So yeah, the weather's been bad today. As you can see from some of the footage I showed you in Denver, it was raining, it was cloudy, so the flight was bumpy, but I ate my chicken and rice and broccoli meal. Last flight, that was my dinner. And that's about it. Nothing crazy to report. All my food, like I said, except for my soup and my yogurt bowl, so I'll be eating that tomorrow. One thing I do want to emphasize is I stretched out my wrists. I did a little wrist stretch on the floor, and the reason for that, I think I've talked about this before, but almost a decade of pulling my bag for many, many, many miles through many, many, many airports, countries, cities, places, has taken a toll on my wrist. I didn't know that was happening, but my massage guy pointed out that the mobility in one of my wrists is literally that of a person who's broken their wrist before. So I've been trying to pull my bag with both hands equally, and now my other wrist is bothering me a little bit because I never used to pull my bag with my left wrist. Some flight attendants can have imbalances on like one side of their body from always pulling their bag with one arm. So if you're always pulling your bag with your dominant arm, try to switch it up and pull it with your non-dominant arm. Try to keep it equal because you can develop like imbalances in your shoulders and your back and stuff. And little did I know, your wrist can get pretty worn out from dragging a bag all over the world. So yeah, I've really been on it as far as stretching out my wrists, doing wrist exercises for the last over a year, ever since he told me that. And I feel like it's been helping. I don't think I've gained any more mobility in my right wrist, but I think that maybe it's helping me not mess it up even more. Stretch out your wrists if you work a job where you use your hands a lot, like if you're a flight attendant or if you do hair, for example, or anything working with your hands is important. But yeah, another important thing right now is to get sleep. I've had a very long day, and on days like this, I'm definitely not gonna throw my clothes on and go straight to the gym. The first thing I do, get clean, get in the bed. Not gonna lie, I will be on my phone after this, probably for like at least half an hour, but I'm going to bed, y'all. I need to get at least my 8 hours in. That is the plan. I have a late check-in tomorrow. So the plan is, this is the plan. Are we gonna stick with the plan? We shall see. The plan is go to sleep, rest, even though we went to bed on the West Coast last night and now we're all the way on the East Coast trying to sleep, and get up tomorrow and go to the gym because I deserve it. I deserve to go to the gym. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might wake up tomorrow in the morning and be too exhausted to get out of bed and just decide to rot in bed instead. So stay tuned. I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2 of 5, and we've got a couple exciting updates. So first of all, I got up, ate my yogurt bowl that I brought, so I'm only down to one more meal, 2 more things. I have 1 thing of clam chowder and carrots. And that's it. I've eaten everything else that I packed for my meal prep. Haven't bought a thing yet. And exciting update is that our flight is going to be delayed. I don't know how long yet. The aircraft we're working for is maintenance issues. So as of right now, our departure's at 4:44, but our plane's not getting here until 5:47 as of right now. They keep pushing it back, so I don't know how long it's inevitably going to be delayed. They could get it off the ground sooner. They could get it off the ground even later. They could cancel it. Anything is possible in this wild, wild world. So I'm going to try not to look at it. I've been watching the Las Vegas T100 women's triathlon race for a couple hours this morning. I took a shower, and now I am warmed up and ready to go to the gym. I'm going to run 5K on the treadmill today, and hopefully there aren't too many people in there. So we shall see. Real quick, I got some food. So I do meal prep, but there are a few cities where I know that the food is really good, and I will treat myself in those cities. Hartford, Connecticut is one of them. The hotel makes a surprisingly amazing lobster roll. Let's see. Ooh, girl, this is hot. They put a ton of lobster in here. It's really buttery and just so good. It's not cheap, so I don't get it often, maybe not even once a month, because I don't lay over here all the time, but I'm gonna destroy this lobster roll. But I also am gonna eat my carrots, because I have carrots. I always bring carrots. This is one of the only vegetables that won't go bad, that won't wilt, that won't just turn into mush. So carrots is one of my favorite vegetables to bring on the road. It's just very sturdy vegetable. So I'm gonna eat my lobster roll. I'm gonna have some carrots, but like I said, all I have left is this clam chowder. That's it. And some sourdough bread. That's it. So I'm saving that clam chowder for when I do get on the plane, because if somehow the day goes as scheduled, even with the delay, then I'll be on the plane for like 4 or 5 hours without any food. So that'll be my dinner. But update on the flight, they finally delayed my flight till 6. So it was at 4:44. Now it's delayed till 6. So my check-in now is like 5:30. That's when the plane arrives. So they're going to be yoking the customers off that plane and cramming our passengers on our plane. So it's going to be what we call a quick turn, my favorite term in the whole entire world. And we're going to try to get out of there as fast as we can. Looks like they fixed the plane, got it off the ground. So yeah, we are going. The only thing is we only had like an hour 45-minute sit to begin with when we get to Chicago, in between the Chicago flight and the go home flight from Chicago to Denver. And now we have less than 45 minutes now. So I don't know if we're going to misconnect and miss our flight from Chicago back to Denver, because they don't play in Chicago about getting the flights out on time. They get the flights out on time if at all possible. So they might put reserves on our trip in order to get the flight out on time and maybe lay us over, or maybe put us on a later flight. The only thing is I have a 3-day trip that starts tomorrow afternoon. So everything's up in the air right now, literally. So I will keep you posted. I'm going to smash this lobster roll, and we were going to see what happens. All right, so it's almost time for me to start getting ready again for the start of this day. The plane is still en route to be here at about 5:30. It's about 4:45 right now. It's not gonna take me long. I just gotta finish packing some stuff up. although I will admit that sandwich might have given me a little bit of the itis, but we are going to make it through. As of right now, we should still make it, maybe. We're not projected to misconnect, but from what I know from doing this for a long time, unless things happen very quickly, like the deplaning. So right now they have a schedule to depart at 6:18, but the plane won't get here till 6:30. It could happen, but plane has to land at the airport, taxi into the gate. The customers on the plane have to deplane. Then the cleaners have to clean the aircraft. The crew has to get on, and then we have to board again. So that whole process, I mean, we could get out at 6:18, but more than likely it'll be a few minutes after that at the very least. And then we're supposed to land at like 7:30 Chicago time. I don't know, we're supposed to land with less than an hour in between our two flights. So again, we will see what happens. A couple possibilities is we could misconnect and maybe have to lay over in Chicago, or we could misconnect and have to get on a later flight. I don't really care what happens right now. I do have a 3-day trip, like I said, so I don't want to get home much later today than I'm already scheduled to get home, which is like I'm supposed to get back to Denver at like 11 p.m. And while my trip tomorrow, my check-in's at like 4 p.m. If I get home after midnight, then it'll take me a couple hours to decompress, shower, get my life together. That means I won't get to bed till like 3 a.m. and then have to turn around and be at the airport at 4. So I have to leave at like 2:30. It's really not that much time in between trips, not as much time as I had. So that I would not be happy about. So we'll see what happens. But anywho, this video is about how to stay healthy and fit. And what I will say is this layover was scheduled at 16 hours. It got dwindled down to 15 hours with the delay we had yesterday. And my number one priority for my layovers is to rest, is to lay down and go to sleep. And if I have time to work out, if I feel good enough to work out, I do. If I'm absolutely exhausted, I won't. And it's just that simple. You know, your body gets the best recovery when it's at rest and when you can sleep. And no matter, I'll speak for myself, I've been doing this for over 9 years, and my body has never gotten used to the constant shifts in time zones. Again, last night I slept on the West Coast and tonight I slept on the East Coast. My body has not gotten used to bouncing all over the place multiple times a week, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, you know, just all over the place, sleeping in different time zones every night. It's hard on the body. It's hard to get to sleep sometimes. And so my main priority now is to have layovers that are humane. There are layovers out there that are inhumane, in my opinion. They're like 10-hour layovers. And if I was a robot and I could come to my hotel and plug myself into an outlet and recharge that way, that would be perfectly fine. But I try to get layovers that are at least bare minimum 13 hours. That's like the minimum, because travel to and from the airport is an hour, and our layover doesn't start when we get behind the door. It starts when the plane clicks into the gate and they pull the jet bridge up. So we're technically on our layover as the customers are deplaning, as we're walking through the airport to the shuttle, as we're on the shuttle headed to the hotel. That whole process usually takes at least an hour, if not longer in some places, especially international. It can take more than an hour. Having that buffer on either end, so if my layover is 13 hours, then it's really about 10 hours if you factor in the travel to the airport, the travel from the airport, and then just getting up and getting ready in the morning. Just subtract 3 hours off of whatever you got. So a 10-hour layover is really it's really a 7-hour layover, which is not enough sleep. So yeah, I just have to play it by ear every day. Today, I actually tossed and turned last night. I did not sleep very well, but rested a little bit. I was definitely in low power mode. So when I got up this morning, no, I hadn't really slept very well, but also I wasn't gonna be able to get to a point where I could just go back to sleep and sleep well. I would have kind of been in this like groggy, purgatory type state. So I just got up and ate some food and showered and then went to the gym. So I felt better once I got to the gym. I ran 5K, 3.1 miles on the treadmill, and it felt good. And yeah, had enough time, luckily, thanks to the delay, to come back, relax, watch some more YouTube, and chill before our flight back. So I try to get my workout done usually like 4 hours prior to departing for the next day or to go home, just because that gives me some time to still relax in the room. Because moving your body is really so important with this job. Exercising, stretching, as you've been seeing me doing, taking care of your body. I would say number one is eating healthy food, eating nutritious food, and then exercising number two. And I would say finding something you love to do outside of the job is number 3, or they might all be 1. They might all just be number 1, but I always take the time to meal prep. I always take the time to move my body if I can, but if I have to choose between resting and moving my body, I'm always going to choose rest. I think that is the best way to go, and I'm telling y'all, I stay healthy pretty much all the time. Every now and then I'll catch a hint of a cold, but my body usually knocks it out within 24 hours, especially if I can go home and rest. Being on the road and being on the plane, if you get sick, if you catch a cold while you're on the plane, it is not going to get better as long as you are flying. The only way it's going to get better is if you get off the plane, go home, lay down, hydrate, eat, and rest. Being on the plane makes any illness or aggravation that your body is having either worse, or at best it'll just hit pause on the healing process. So trying to prevent things from happening to you, like making sure you're actively, intentionally trying to prevent illness by feeding your body nutritious food, by making sure you're exercising, that is the best way to go. Prevention is the best way to go with this job. And if you want to stay healthy, you got to stay on top of it. And it's really hard because this job is exhausting and you have to work a lot in order to make $1. So it takes you being very, very intentional and taking the time to take care of you. And that's just the truth. That's my little speech for now. Oh, also 2 things I want to say. Number 1, always bring your own pillowcase. Don't you ever in your life put your face on one of these hotel pillowcases, okay? Don't do it. One thing I've learned, if I've learned anything in these last 9+ years, these hotel rooms are not clean. Okay? They make them look clean, but they're not actually clean 9 times out of 10. Some are clean. I always notice when they're actually clean, but 9 times out of 10, they seem like they've been cleaned in a rush. They seem like they've just been made to look good, but they're not really clean. The pillowcases are not clean. If you put your face on this, if you sleep on this, you can expect acne and God knows what else. Also, bring your own washcloth. If you use washcloths, I know I do. Bring your own washcloth. Do not use that rag in the bathroom to touch any part of your body. The most I use that washcloths and stuff in there for is to dry off my hands. I know some flight attendants who bring their own towel. That takes up too much room in my suitcase. I'll use the towel. I'm not using the washcloth, okay? I'm not letting just any old rag go anywhere on my body, okay? If you know, you know. Bring your own pillowcase, bring your own washcloth if you don't do anything else when it comes to dealing with this hotel situation. I have blabbed enough. I'm gonna get dressed and get ready to get out this door. Plot twist. As soon as I got done talking to y'all, they updated my pairing. Now I am laying over in Chicago, so I guess they wanted to be proactive. I told y'all they don't play in Chicago. They're gonna make sure that flight is out on time. So now we're laying over in Chicago, and this 2-day has officially turned into a 3-day. And here we are a few days later. I was exhausted when I got to that hotel room, probably because I didn't sleep the night before, like I said, but I made it to Chicago. Long story short, I had a 10-hour layover, which didn't we just talk about 10-hour layovers being too short? But on the bright side, I got to deadhead home that morning back to Denver. Deadheading, if you don't know, is when you get to fly in a customer seat as a passenger. You're not technically working crew. They're just basically transporting you from one place to another, and they already have a crew, so they don't need you to work. So I deadheaded back to Denver on the morning of my 3-day trip. So I went illegal for my 3-day trip, which meant I was up for reassignment, and I got lucky, y'all. This time I got very lucky, and instead of having to do a 3-day, they just assigned me to a triangle turn, which was just as exhausting as a 3-day, but in reality I got an extra basically 2 whole days off. So it worked out in the end. We have a happy ending for the vlog. I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to say in this video about how to stay healthy and fit as a flight attendant. And if there's anything else I could reiterate, it's make sure you find things that you love to do outside of this job. It is so important for your mental health, for your soul, just to keep you sane. Find passions, read books, and that's really the key. And just make sure you rest. That is the main thing. You're only as good as what you can recover from. So while exercising is good, it's important to find a balance. While eating healthy is great, it's important to find a balance. If you happen to be in Hartford, Connecticut, and you want a lobster roll, you should definitely get a lobster roll. And if you're working out a lot, just remember that you are only as good as what you can recover from. When you're exercising and you're working out, you're breaking down muscle. When you're resting, you are building yourself back up. The magic happens when you rest, not when you're working. So like I was saying about if you get sick during this job, the best thing to do is go home and rest because you can't recover while you're on the plane. It's the same thing with exercising a little bit too much. Your body's not really going to be recovering and repairing that muscle while you're on the plane. So prioritize definitely just sleeping and stretching during short layovers and moving your body on longer layovers, making sure that you're resting enough. With this job, you can't really go crazy and work out 7 days a week because you just will make yourself sick. sick or injure yourself. Trust me, I've been there. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something from it. If you did, you already know exactly what to do. Okay, so just do it. Okay, and if you watch this video all the way to the end, I want you to leave the strong arm emoji and the carrot emoji. Okay, just so I know that you watched the video all the way through. Okay, eat your carrots. I will see you guys very, very soon with another video. Leave those two emojis in the comment section down below so that I know you watched the video all the way to the end. And also, speaking of comments, y'all went crazy on the last video. We are sitting at over 100 comments and counting, and I replied to every single comment. So if you never comment, just know that I read every comment and I reply to every comment unless it's rude or unless I just have no idea what you're trying to say. But I always acknowledge every single comment. So drop a comment down below. I love to read them. It really makes my day and encourages me to just keep on going and fighting the good fight. All right, make sure you're taking very good care of yourselves. It is the most important thing you can do in your whole entire life, and I will see you very soon with another video.